Thanks for clicking. Thanks for clicking his video, I meant. So, back with another, this is probably not going to be a very long video that I just wanted to do. I kind of feel like, I don't know, I guess maybe the days have been nice and I'm glad I feel better than normal, or, better than normal. I been just kind of feeling okay lately, and I don't feel like doing depressing videos, and plus whatever uplifting videos are good. And this is a topic that I thought of lately in my last few days of having relatively decent and more or less positive, not really negative at any rate, days and stuff. And this is a thing that I thought of because whether you get shitty comments on your videos, or I've seen shitty comments on other people's videos, it occurs to me that I'm doing this video to both just tell myself, which of course I know, and also just to tell you guys something that I firmly believe in, which is if someone has a problem with you, it's their problem. It's not your problem. And this is something, back when I was 19, almost 20, I got in a car wreck with this old woman. There was this like this S, or this curve in the road, and this old woman didn't follow it, and she drove right into me, and I don't know what the hell I was looking at, but I don't remember the accident. It was like a near fatal where, my head hit the steering wheel and a skull fracture and broke my head open, and very well could have been a fatal accident, or mentally debilitating. So I wish everyone could go through something like that, as harsh as it sounds, because it really, after everything post-accident was like, because I put up with a lot of like shit from quote-unquote friends when I was in high school and stuff, and like post-accident, it's just like, and even bullies, put up with shit. And post-accident, it was like I never called or contacted these quote-unquote friends from high school, who were not really that great of people, ever again. And if I saw some of these bullies, like out of, because I was out of school, but I saw these assholes who had kind of picked on me out of school a couple times after that, and I just ignored them. I just, because back in the school days, you'd kind of react, and of course that's exactly what they're looking for. They're looking for reaction. And first of all, if I can quickly say, if someone's heckling you or whatever, or trying to call on you shit or whatever, within your presence, the best thing you can do, or if someone's trying to pick a fight or whatever, the best thing you can do is just ignore them. There's this movie called Rosemary's Baby with Mia Farrow. It's whatchamacallit, what's his name? I can't remember his name right now, who made it. But the guy's like, he can't come back to the country because he had sex with a Roman Polanski, underage girl. But there's this line that I think of sometimes when someone's just, when someone's being in a way that's unagreeable, where this character, these characters were actually going to go to, I don't know if I'm pronouncing this right or not, this country called Dubrovnik or something like that, and they actually didn't really go. It was just a line, because these Satanist, old couple, and were supposed to be there, but at the end of the movie they weren't there, and it was this big, the baby was born, it was this big, yeah, you exist, that's great, I'm glad we know that. There was this big, like, shower for the Satan baby and all this and that, and Mia Farrow goes in there, and she's like, they're like, Rosemary, and she's like, you're in Dubrovnik, I don't hear you. And I never actually said it to anyone yet, but it's in my mind, like if someone, like asshole coworkers and shit, it's like I just want, if they're just being assholes, I just want to say, you're in Dubrovnik, and of course they're not going to understand what the fuck I'm saying, but it's just like funny. Anyway, this video I guess is going to be longer than I thought it was going to be, because I branch off like a son of a bitch. So where was I going? So that's what I was saying. I was saying that the best thing you can do with hecklers and bullies and shit is just ignore them, because they're looking for a reaction, and if you deny them that, it instantly, like, in my experience anyway, I can't speak for the whole world and the universe experience, it instantly disarms or you know, cuts off their fuse, or it takes away their power. So that's basically the probably what this video is called, is something along the lines, if something along the lines of, you know, if people have a problem with you, it's their problem, which is something that, based on my experience, you know, just being in that near fatal car wreck and surviving it as well as I did, it completely changed a lot of things about my personality, in the sense of, I guess, what I'll put up with. And it also made me more, at the time, more likely to chase what I wanted to at the time. You know, I was like a movie, or not was, I'm a movie aficionado, and I made short movies and stuff. And you know, right at that time when you're almost 20 and stuff, you know, right after the accident, you know, I'd always make short movies and stuff with my quote-unquote friends. It'd be hard as hell to get them to actually do it because they weren't really interested. And I'm like, God, this sucks. And after the accident, I started posting ads and getting actual people who were, you know, acting enthusiasts and people who wanted to build a resume, an acting resume. So, I mean, that accident was more beneficial, probably, in the long run than it was harmful to me, because in so many ways, it, and like I say, every time I think about that, I wish everyone could experience a life-changing event like that. And another thing it taught me is that you could expire at any moment in any day. And people have this idea, and it's understandable, but people have this idea that they're just guaranteed 70, 80 years of life or whatever. And that's not the case. No one is guaranteed any amount of days. You could go outside and get the mail and get hit by a car and die, you know. So this video turned out to be, you know, which is fine, you know, it covered a lot of good ground, a lot longer than I intended it, time check, to be. But I think that, you know, like I say, what it's going to be titled, what the whole topic I had for it was, you know, if people have a problem with you, it's not your problem, it's theirs. And that's, like I say, something I completely agree with. You know, just comments on just people's videos or my videos, negative comments, and I'll never understand. Personally, I have this thing on YouTube or on the net in general, this rule for myself, which is, you know, there's so much negativity in the world that, you know, if I watch a video or if I see someone's review of a movie or a record or a CD or something like that, you know, and I don't agree with it, or I think something negative about a video or something, I'll think it to myself. I don't want to. For me, there's no point in, you know, in thumbing down something, a video on YouTube, or leaving, and this is just me, because I don't want to add to the big tornado of negativity in the world, and particularly on the internet and YouTube and all that shit. And I understand why people do it, because their lives suck, and, you know, they you know, I don't know, you know, that's a whole nother video, you know, why assholes are assholes or why bullies are bullies and stuff. But personally, that's my rule, is if you know, it's kind of like that thing you've all heard, which is, if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything. And that's kind of the rule that I go by online and stuff. And I try to, I guess, maybe do it in life too, because I mean, you can think about, you know, personally, if someone's going to think something negative about me, I mean, it's anyone's right, you know, but relaying that negativity to someone, I just feel like it's just so, you know, it says more about the person relaying the negativity than it says about you. And that's the main thing I want to say. So if someone, that's it, I've said it over and over, if someone has a problem with you, don't worry about it, because it's you know, it's their problem if they don't like something about you. It's not your problem. So please don't feel like if someone, you know, even if numerous people comment about the same thing or anything, you know, don't feel like you have to change because these people are saying this stuff. And even if it's, you know, even if you get this a lot, you have no, you know, no, I can't think of the words, but You're not here to cater for other people, I guess, is a different way of saying what I had in my mind. You have no, I'm okay, I can't think of it, so that's how I'll say it. You have no, you're not here to cater for other people, you know. So maybe we'll leave it there, but that's a little bit of, you know, more positive, something that I learned along, you know, over the years myself. And what's interesting is people can tell you this stuff, like, you know, parents or mentors or whatever, but it's like, it sounds so corny, like, you know, even as I say it, I sound like, you know, I don't know. But the best way to, you know, you almost have to experience it, or experience something that's such a life-changing event to realize it, you know. And for me, my life-changing event is, you know, surviving that accident, and then of course losing my dad at a much younger age than either of us expected. The more, you know, like that whole saying, you know, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, which I think is true as well. But for me, what doesn't kill me just makes me more careless, I think, you know. For me, it's more like that. For what doesn't kill me makes me careless, and certainly surviving a, you know, accident which very well easily could have been fatal takes the edge off the importance of life, because so many people spend so much of their time, you know, working towards a goal, and it's just like, you know, and then some of them actually do die before, you know, they have a chance to even make use of it. Not to say that you shouldn't go for a goal, but I think, I don't know, personally, and this is just because of what I've experienced in my life, you know, people might take life, I don't know, maybe a little too seriously, and I guess, you know, in my opinion, and again, I don't expect them to change because that's the way I think, but I live my life by what I think, and I think that, like I say, anyone can go out just like that, just as easy as that, and it really takes the pressure off, for me, takes the pressure off life a lot. I mean, I was much more anxious before, and I cared about what people thought much more before the accident, and after the accident it was just like so many things changed in a way that I wish they could have been that way throughout my you know, life up until then. But that's alright as long as they're changed now. But it like I say, in closing, it definitely, you know, having survived all kinds of negative shit and life-changing shit, for me it definitely takes the not importance, but the, I don't know, it makes me more relaxed. And actually, even if stuff goes wrong with my car or with anything, like, you know, something that I own or something that I use or something, it's like in the old days when I used to maybe go, oh, god damn it, this sucks. Now it's just like, well, we'll get it fixed, you know. And there's really like no big emotional, oh shit, oh okay. In closing, there's no real big emotional explosion. And I think maybe that just comes with age as well, but certainly those life-changing experiences also helped to have that point of view. But not to say that I don't get, you know, really, you know, explosive about certain stuff, mainly about like just being treated like shit at work by employees, or I mean fellow co-workers. That kind of stuff makes me more mad. But anyway, we're reaching the end, so guess it turned out to be a longer video than I thought, but it covered actually a lot of great stuff in the short time we had. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.